Hi guys, before you even begin with this video, I have to warn you. In the month of January, and honestly February too, I've been having bouts of bad luck, okay? And this video, for the first 30 minutes, I accidentally filmed it on echo mode. And when I thought I turned it off, I actually turned it down, but it was still on echo mode. So, just giving you a heads up, I'm trying to shake my perfectionist ways and I don't want to refilm it, mainly because I also don't have the time to refilm. So I apologize for that. Just look out for it. At some point, I think 30 minutes in, it does go away and it's like regular volume. Also, I talk about a lot of topics in this video, so if you want to hear more about these topics, I've linked a bunch of videos in the description box. So anyways, enjoy this hot mess of a video. Hi guys, Happy New Year. I have literally 30 minutes to film this video. I hope y'all are having a better New Year than me because I have been having the worst luck ever. Am I even in frame? I can't tell you because this video is already a disaster. In today's video, we're gonna do a ranking of 2025 pop culture moments. This video was supposed to be the last video of 2025 and then I got sick. I was sick up until about a week ago and I was like, okay, I can do this. I can finally film. And then my uterus decides to kick me in the ass. So here we are. Like 3-4 days later, my uterus is still kicking my ass, but I have to do this. I have 30 minutes to film this video because I have to get to work. My sister was supposed to take me. Her car breaks down. And I'm like, that's fine. I'll Uber. Uber charged me twice for the last trip. Okay? And they're not giving me a refund. So I can't even trust Uber. And now I sit down to film this video. I only have 30 minutes. My ring light isn't working. So if the lighting is different in this video, that's why. I understand that people are dying in the world, okay? These complaints are so frivolous. I should be lucky to have these problems. I'm just like what you know? Like, what is my luck? But whatever, we're doing this. I will film what I can and then just film the rest later. Before we begin with the 2025 ranking, I should explain my tier list. Bottom is my least favorite food in the world to the very top, which is my favorite food of all time. Starting at the bottom is black licorice. I can't stand black licorice. Licorice in general, but if I was dying, like dying of starvation, and you put black licorice in front of me, I don't think I would eat it. That's how much I hate it. Next up on the list is olives. I hate olives, but olives are higher than black licorice because one, I love Moroccan olives. Two, if I was dying, I would eat an olive. It's salty, it's briny, I hate it. Like I hate those green ones that come from a jar with the orange thing in the middle. Ugh! I can't stand those. I hate the sliced ones. I hate olives, but I would eat one if I was dying. Next on the list, right smack dab in the middle, is QP mayo. I do love me some QP mayo, but I hate every other mayo in the world. I can't stand mayo. I won't eat it. The only mayo I will eat is QP mayo, which is why it's like mid. You know what I mean? Like mayo is mid. It really is. But the best mayo is QP mayo. And that's the one I have in my fridge. My family and I, we go through that in a week. Chicken salad, QP mayo. Tuna salad, QP mayo. Egg salad, QP mayo. I will never be the type to dip a fry or food in mayo. It'll only work in like a salad. Next on the list, my favorite Moroccan food of all time is bastila. I freaking love bastila, specifically the seafood one. Bastila, if you don't know, is like a Moroccan dish where it's layered. So it's like this pastry dough that's layered. And then in the middle, I like the seafood one. It's vermicelli noodles. My mom puts olives in it. I pick out the olives. And then a crap ton of seafood. Shrimp, calamari, all the seafood you can think of is in there. And then it's all wrapped up into this like large pastry. And it's baked in the oven. And it is so good. It's my favorite food of all time. The reason why it's below my top favorite food is because I don't have access to it. I can't make it, and my mom only makes it once a year, typically during Ramadan, and she makes it for me because it's my favorite. But that is best Moroccan food of all time. I love pastilla. And finally, number one greatest food of all time is potatoes. I love a potato. Baked potato, absolutely. I love a curly fry. I love a waffle fry. I love a garlic parmesan fry. I love chips. I love mashed potatoes. I love all potatoes. I love all potatoes. I'll never get sick of potatoes. And that is my tier list. Oh my God. Hannah, calm down. Okay, calm down. Okay, yes, you have 30 minutes to film this, but you need to calm down. All right, let's begin. Starting with one of my favorite memories of this year is when this summer my sister got really, really sick. And honest to God, she could have died. And she had this surgery, and post-surgery, she was just going through a terrible depression because she was sick, you know? So one time I went to her room, and I'm like, are you okay? Because she was sobbing her eyes out. And she was like, I just watched this movie. It's the greatest movie I've ever seen. She was crying. She was like, this movie changed my life. You should have seen the way she was sobbing. She was like, this movie changed my life. And I'm like, oh my God, what movie is it? And she goes to Netflix, scrolls through, and plays K-pop Demon Hunters. K-pop Demon Hunters. I, at that point, had already seen the movie multiple times. I've been hearing murmurs for a long time as a K-pop stan of Netflix making a K-pop-esque movie, potentially with K-pop idols. So I've already known about it, and I've been waiting for it. What I didn't expect was for my sister to sob at the movie. Even now, to this day, when I say K-pop Demon Hunters, it's like she has this Pavlovian reaction where she immediately starts crying. That movie spoke to her. What really spoke to her was Jinu's story. The fact that he's demon and he's made a lot of mistakes in his life, but he's trying to correct them. And in the end, he died. Like, it broke her. It broke her. And mind you, she played it to fall asleep. She didn't expect it to be a life-changing movie. No. No, don't tell me I was on Echo this whole time. Do not tell me I was on Echo this whole time. Oh my God. I recorded that whole thing in Echo. Should I just give up? Should I just give up? I'm not meant to film today. Do I start over? Oh. What the fuck was it? Really? I'm telling y'all, somebody cursed me. Cursed my entire country, actually. Because look what happened to us during AFCON. My little 4 foot tall, my Brighton Diaz, I love that man. All 4 feet 11 inches of that man. And he missed that penalty. Somebody cursed us. Somebody cursed me personally. Don't even get me started on my job. Don't even get me started on my fuck ass job that I have to go to in an hour just to make 2 cents. Half that money will go to Uber. Oh my God. Whatever. I was talking about K-pop Demon Hunters. K-pop Demon Hunters. Incredible movie. Best movie of 2025. I'm not even kidding. The songs slap. I still listen to them to this day. They're always playing on the radio. Constantly hear them at work. I love K-pop Demon Hunters. Best movie Netflix has ever made. And Canadian. Yes, absolutely, it's Canadian. So K-pop Demon Hunters is 100% going in potatoes. Next on the list we have Labubus. Ugliest little fucking things I've ever seen in my entire life. Get them out of my face. I don't understand the hype. People are allowed to like what they like. They cause no harm to anyone, of course. They're hideous, they're ugly, and they're like $700? People are buying fake ones, Lafufus. There's a whole black market for Labubus, for those ugly little creatures. Ew, ew, ew. I'm putting them in olives because they don't cause any harm to anyone other than like to people's wallets and to my eyes. But they're like not, people are allowed to like what they like. I just don't like them. And I'm not spending my money on that. So that's why they're in olives. Next, we have the Coldplay concert scandal. Imagine you're married and you're the CEO of a company. You have it all. And then your head of HR is also another married woman. And so y'all decide to have an affair. What goes through your mind, firstly, to work in HR and to commit such a large HR violation? Firstly. Secondly, why would you jeopardize your career, your marriage like that, and the audacity, the gall and gumption to do it so publicly at a concert, no less? Did you think concerts are anonymous places? And this is exactly what happens with me when people come up to me and they're like, oh my God, I saw you on TikTok, and I immediately get, like, I clam up Clam up? Is that the word? I become a turtle. I go into my shell. I'm like, ew. Don't acknowledge my TikTok. Like, I want to be private on a public platform. Like, can you leave? Like, why are you telling me you saw me on TikTok? Ew. I hate it. That's how cheaters must feel. Because what do you mean? You're at a concert. You're at a whole concert. Probably hundreds of thousands of people around. Coldplay is a very, very big band. And you're just publicly cheating. And mind you, they're doing the kiss cam. They're passing the kiss cam around. And you don't think to yourself, maybe if they saw us hugging each other from the back, looking very coupley, they might not pass the kiss cam on us? You didn't think that? CEO of a company, head of HR, and you're not thinking? That's the shit that pisses me off. The goal and gumption to do it so publicly, that's what pisses me off. I mean, listen, y'all were meant to be outed. I think the woman lost her job. I don't know if the man lost his job. He is the CEO after all. Who's going to fire him? 2 marriages broken up. They're poor partners. I can't even imagine. After the kiss cam went on them, if they just acted normal, no one would have suspected anything. It's the fact that they immediately ducked and rolled like they're on fire. That is what set off everyone's suspicion. And Chris Martin was like, they might be having an affair. That's how obvious you made it. It was insane. What goes through your mind? What goes through your mind? If I must be a liar and a cheater, I'm going to do that in private. I cannot let people know I'm a liar and a cheater. I just can't. Oh my God, I'm so sorry I keep hitting you. I have too much pride. The Coldplay scandal, I'm putting in olives. Olives, because it's bad. The whole thing is bad. Cheating is bad. I hate to say it, cheating is bad. I wouldn't say it's black licorice because they're not really committing crimes per se, but cheating is bad. You know what I mean? Speaking of liars and cheaters, we have Ned Fulmer's comeback. If you don't know, I am the biggest fan of the Try Guys. I have been watching them since 2014 on BuzzFeed. I love me some Try Guys. They are incredible to me. I loved everyone. Ned is no one's favorite. Okay? My favorites are Eugene and Keith, and I do think Zach is adorable. Ned is no one's favorite because Ned doesn't really have a personality outside of his wife. He made his wife his entire brand. He was the wife guy, the family man, the man who loves his wife more than anything in the world. And then in 2022, someone saw them once again at a Harry Styles concert, or cheating publicly at a concert once again. And that woman happened to be his worker, his producer, Alex, who, if you are a Try Guys watcher, then you know her. Mind you, they made multiple videos planning for Alex's wedding. Alex was affianced to be wed to another man. And now the two of them are at a Harry Styles concert together, posing, looking all cute like they are a couple. Because they were a couple. So obviously once that scandal broke, the Try Guys were so professional. I was so proud of them. I love the Try Guys so much. They immediately got rid of him. Not because he cheated on his wife, but because he is an owner of a company, a superior, dating someone who is inferior to him in the workplace, okay? He was dating his worker, one of his staff. Like, that is very, very, very bad. And I'm so glad that the Try Guys took action, bought him out, I assume, got rid of him. The story went super viral. Everyone from BuzzFeed was speaking out. They did a stupid ass SNL skit that was they completely misread the situation. The whole scandal was insane. But the Try Guys came out of it very strong. Like, I'm so proud of how they handled the whole thing. And now, 3 years later, Ned Fulmer decides to make a comeback. He decides to create a podcast he's calling the Rock Bottom Podcast, where he will interview people who hit the rock bottom. And the first person he's going to interview is his ex-wife, Ariel, who he cheated on. Now, I could not sit through the podcast because the first thing he was like, I cheated on my wife a few years ago with my producer. We had a consensual relationship.
3 years ago, I cheated on my wife with my producer.
I could not listen to him anymore. I could not. I actually couldn't. he looked like he was in agony. He looked like the cheating was done to him instead of him doing the cheating. I'll post a few videos in the description box of people like making videos about the Ned Fulmer situation. I could not sit through the podcast. I really couldn't. He was pissing me off. Imagine being that man's ex-wife. I heard that Ariel carried herself beautifully. She articulated what it was like to be cheated on such a public scale so beautifully. She read him for filth when she told him that he was not interesting enough to have a podcast all on his own, and she was right, because those views, those views. And I have to say, he wasn't working for 3 whole years. He lost everything. He lost the job that was probably making him a crap ton of money. I mean, he had a house in LA. You know what I mean? He lost his whole career. He lost his relationship. He lost the good graces of the public. And the best thing he could come up with in those 3 years is a podcast. This is the rock bottom. Like, you know what I mean? That's how he came up with this concept. He was like, what? I'm really at my rock bottom. Like, I really can't come up with anything else. I really can't do anything else. Even on his own personal YouTube channel, all he's doing is what he used to do on the Try Guys, but no one wants to watch it because people only watched for the other personalities like Keith, Zach, and Eugene. Now I watch the Try Guys for Quasi, for Jared. Like, those are the personalities I want to see. Not Ned. Because Ned doesn't have a personality. I lost a nail, by the way, while setting this up. So that's cool. Listen, I am curious. I'm a curious cat. I'm also extremely nosy. I really want to get into the head of a man who cheated in such a public scale and like ruined his life. Like, I really want to know what that's like. And I wish the podcast was more informative. You know what I mean? I wish he was just like more honest about why he did what he did. But instead, he just sat there acting like the cheating happened to him rather than him doing the cheating, distancing himself from his own actions, not bringing anything to the conversation. Without Ariel, he's really nothing. No, he's actually nothing. Without being the wife guy, he's nothing. After exploiting his relationship with his wife for 8 years, he comes back and does it again with a podcast because he realizes he's really nothing without his wife. Anyway, shout out to Ariel. She doesn't want to be in the public eye. If she does ever want to come back, I'm here. I'm here to support you. I really am. Because that man is really nothing without you. So again, I'm putting him in olives because it really is bad. What he did is bad. There's worse. Like, Sydney Sweeney. Oh, Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney this year really showed her ass. She really did. Literally and figuratively? No, I don't think she actually. No, maybe. But she really did show her ass because she did a commercial with American Eagle that was very eugenics coded. Several years ago, when I used to be active on Instagram, I used to follow the entire cast of Euphoria, including Sydney Sweeney. And one time, I believe for her mom's birthday, she posted a bunch of family pictures, and some of her family members were wearing MAGA hats. And she got called out for it because people are like, Sydney, what is this? Why are they wearing MAGA hats? Why are you posting it publicly to your Instagram for millions and millions of followers to see? Like, what is this? What is this? And she, I think, deleted the pictures and followed it with a statement of like, my family's beliefs don't represent me, something like that. And although I do have some family members who I disagree with, I would never on God's green earth pose for a picture with them in MAGA hats. I will yank that hat off. I will get violent. I will actually get violent. I'm that serious about my hatred for Trump. And I certainly won't post those pictures for millions of people to see. So that already told me who she was, and I unfollowed her after that. I pretty much stopped using Instagram after, and Twitter too, after Elon Musk ruined it. But cut to 2025, she does a commercial with American Eagle where a white blonde woman with blue eyes is posing, and the ad is like, Sydney Sweeney has great genes, which is like a play on word for jeans, literal jeans that she's wearing, but also her genetics are superior. A white woman's genetics with blonde hair, blue eyes, has superior genetics. What does that say to you? Did no one in that room say, Gavin from The Summer I Turned Pretty also had a similar thing during a Dunkin' Donuts commercial where he was like, I have good genes. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? With the rise of MAGA and white supremacy. This ad was saying something. We are not crazy for seeing it. That ad was saying something. But I was giving Sydney Sweeney the benefit of the doubt. I was like, you know what? It's not like she was in the writer's room when this ad was created. She was just a face for it. She was getting a lot of hate, and I was choosing to give her the benefit of the doubt. And then she did that interview, and that was when I saw her for who she was. She didn't give a damn. Matter of fact, she looked angry. The interviewer was trying to ask her questions, trying to get her to clear things up, and she looked angry and inconvenienced by the question. The interviewer was just like, can you just like speak on this? And all she kept saying was, I'm gonna let the art speak for itself. I'm gonna let the art speak for itself. So you agree? So you agree then? I was waiting for her to be like, whoa, guys, listen. I see how you might see it in that way. You might interpret it in that way. But that's not how we intended it. It was just supposed to be funny, like, I have good genes, as in I'm wearing great jeans. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to be like that, guys. But instead, she refuses to refute it. She was just like, I let the art speak for itself. So you agree with it, right? She does not give a damn. She is a MAGA Barbie. She knows it. She's okay with it. And the fact that she registered as Republican just in time to vote for Trump tells me everything that I need to know. The girl is a white supremacist. I don't know what to tell you. And I'm not watching I haven't watched anything she's in since Euphoria. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I will be watching Euphoria season 3. That's because I need to know what happens to Rue and Maddie. How are they going to handle the whole Fez thing since the actor passed away? May he rest in peace. I really want to know what happens with Jules. I really want to see Nate Jacobs die a violent death. I really hope he dies. Like, I need to finish the story. So I will be watching. But after that, lights out, Sydney Sweeney. It's going to be lights out in that mansion. No one is checking for you. All of her movies have been failing in the box office. It's rough. Good. So I'm putting her in Black Licorice. This is the worst. This is the worst of the worst that I'm talking about. This right here. White supremacy is about as bad as it gets. Black Licorice. Let's move on. The Louvre heist. Louvre? Is it Louvre? Louvre. Is it just Louvre? How do you say it in English? Louvre. Whatever. The Louvre heist. I love heists. I love a heist movie. I need this to be a movie by the fall. I'm going to be in that movie theater this fall. I need to see this movie. I love heists. Ocean's 11, Ocean's 12, Ocean's 8. I love all those movies. Those are my movies. I love a heist movie. I love Money Heist on Netflix, the Spanish show. Love a heist. I love a heist. And this heist was everything to me. The fact that they broke in so easily, mind you, in broad daylight, stole a bunch of jewelry, walked out. Oh, I know they got caught. I don't care. That was fabulous. This is what life is about. Steal from the rich. I mean, this was in France, right? Those jewels probably belong to a bunch of brown people anyways. They're stolen anyways. Steal them back. Like, yes. This is what I'm talking about. This is my shit right here. I love this. And I'm putting this in Bastilla. It's not potatoes, because we are, like, breaking the law. like, we are breaking the law. But it's just, mwah, I love a heist. I love a crime that, like, harms no one except the rich. Like, I love that. I love that. Moving on to Katy Perry. Katy Perry had a very interesting 2025. I think she went to space. She came out with an awful album. I listened to one song because they constantly play it on the radio. It's the one that was like, it's a woman's world and you're lucky to be living in it. They play it all the time on the radio at work, and it makes me want to rip my ears out of my head. I hate that song. But I'm not here to talk about her because I'm not a fan of Katy Perry. I'm not checking for Katy Perry like that. I don't keep up with her. I don't care about Katy Perry. All I know is that she's dating my former prime minister. And that is just the craziest thing ever. That, never in a million years could I have predicted that. Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau in a relationship. My former prime minister in a relationship. I mean, he's not my prime minister. I'm not a fan of Trudeau. But like he's the prime minister of Canada and I'm Canadian, you know? That is insane. How did that happen? How did they meet? What conversation did they had? I could just look it up. I don't care enough to look it up, but I am intrigued by it. I need that information to come to me via like For You page or like recommended on YouTube. I'm not seeking that information out. You know what I mean? Someone needs to tell me about it. I'm not seeking it out. I don't care that much, but I do care a little bit. I'm just so intrigued by this. So I'm putting them in QP mail, because I feel very blah about it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't have any strong negative feelings. I also don't have any strong positive feelings. I'm just intrigued. That's all. I'm just intrigued. All right, next up, we have Dan and Phil hard launch. When I tell you, I don't know who these men are. I have no idea who these men are. Dan and Phil are like YouTube royalty. They have been on YouTube since like the very beginning of YouTube. Never heard of them. And it's not like I watched them back then, because the British invasion on YouTube was huge. You got Zoella, you got her brother Joe. I think they're still together. Her and Elfie. Like, loved me the British. What was her name? Glitter something. Like, I love the British YouTubers back then. Tell me why I've never heard of Dan and Phil. Never heard of them. Never heard of them until 2019, I think, when one of them or both of them came out as gay. And I was like, okay, good for them. Moved on with my life, because I don't know who these men are. This year, they announced that they've actually been in a relationship for like 16 years. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, that's wonderful. Didn't know anything about it. And then I think Uncarly made a video about Dan and Phil. I will post it in the description box. Tell me why the Dan and Phil lore is insane. Y'all were doxing them, releasing private videos. Apparently, Dan and Phil, the ship, has been a thing for literally over a decade now. People have been shipping them. There was like a private Valentine's Day video that was leaked. Huh? 2 little white boys. Y'all are doxing them. Finding their address online and just posting it. Just to confirm whether or not they're in a relationship? These guys were actually living the real life heated rivalry. Except they weren't rivals. But like, that is insane. That is insane. Once I learned about the Dan and Phil lore, I was like, wow. I can't believe this has been happening on the internet for like 16 years and I've never heard of it. I know nothing about these guys. And now that I do know, I still don't care. I don't care. Can we leave them alone? This is their private life, their private business. Why would I be in their business? Why would I be in their business? Can we leave them alone? Leave them alone. Congratulations to them. I'm very happy for them. I hope they're together for another 16 years. It's hard to be in a relationship for 16 years, especially a secret one. But they've done an incredible job of it. I'm so incredibly happy for them. But I don't care. Like, I don't know who these men are. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Anyways, Dan and Phil, congratulations to you. I'm putting you in QP Mayo. Because like I said, no negative feelings about it. I'm just like, I don't care. I sound homophobic. I'm problematic. Because really bad things I care about, and then really positive things I don't care about. Like, this is objectively good, and I don't care. Anyways, congratulations to Dan and Phil. Let's move on. The summer I turned pretty. Oh. This is the summer I lost my goddamn mind. The Summer I Turned Pretty season 3 came out this summer. And I loved it. I loved every second of it. I was making weekly videos on TikTok about each episode. I was in it. I really loved it. And then I watched Heated Rivalry. And I realized that The Summer I Turned Pretty is actually so fucking trash. It's awful. It's actually awful. Do I love it? Absolutely. I love it. It's one of my favorite shows. And I'm Team Conrad all the way. And we won. Even though I hated the final 3 episodes, 9, 10, 11, 9 will go down in history as my personal worst enemy. I can't fucking stand that episode. I hate episode 9. I hate episode 9. And I hate 10 and 11, even though 11 is like we won. I just hated the wasted time and the wasted potential of those episodes. They could have been epic episode, and the writing was so trash. And I was planning a Summer I Turned Pretty video. I really was. And then things came up and whatever. I'll still make it. I need someone to bully me into making it. But the best part of this summer wasn't really the summer I turned pretty. It was like all of us watching it together. You know what I mean? Felt like community. Like the people, Gen Zs especially, we long for community. I want community back. You know what I mean? And one of my favorite things that happened this summer was discovering Tina and Abby. The reaction videos every single week. I looked forward to it. I watched the episode sometimes more than once, made my own video on it, and then waited for Tina's reaction to it. That was my ritual this summer.
You're a Wonka fucking freak.
And it made summer 2025 so special, so wonderful. So that's why I'm putting it in Bastila. Bastila! 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 Bastila. See, now I can't even speak Dedish anymore. And that's why I'm putting it in Bastila, because I loved my experience. But the summer I turned pretty is trash. It really is trash. It's trash. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. I love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Whether I like something has nothing to do with whether it's good or not. It really doesn't. All right. Next on the list is Taylor Swift. Oh, Taylor Swift. Oh, Taylor Swift. Taylor Swift. I was a Swiftie for a short period of time. In, I believe, 2023, when she released Speak Now, and I got a new version of her country music, I was like, oh my God. I loved country Taylor when I was a child. As soon as she switched over to pop, I wasn't into her anymore. I'm really not into her pop stuff. I'm really not into it. That's not true. I love 1989. And my favorite album is Folklore. I do love the country stuff. And I love it more than the pop stuff. But I love 1989. Reputation is okay. Lovers is okay. But I don't know why I lied. I love 1989. So when she re-released Speak Now, I was like, hell yeah. Yes! I was back in my Taylor Swift phase. I was like, yeah! I got the tickets to the Eras tour. I was so ready to go. I was so excited. And then she stayed silent on Genocide. So I sold those tickets. I was like, okay, me and Taylor, we're not friends anymore. Okay? We were friends for 2 months. I became a fan of hers in July. Got the tickets in August. And then I sold those tickets in December. That's how short-lived our relationship was. I even had posters on my wall, and even though me and Taylor, we weren't friends anymore, I was too lazy to remove them. And then she released this new album. I forgot what it was called. The orange one. The Something Life of a Showgirl. I did not listen to the Torture Poet Society, whatever it's called. Didn't listen to it. Again, I was boycotting Taylor. I didn't listen to this new album. But the girls are saying it's very, very MAGA. It's very white supremacy. I didn't listen to this new album. I didn't listen to it. But when I got my new job, there's this one song that they would play on the radio. I kid you not, 10 times a day. And it was like, I sit alone in my tower and I'm under my mower and I see it all day. I was like, turn it off! Turn it off! Turn it off! I could not stand to listen to it anymore. I hated that song. I hated it. Hated it. I have not listened to the whole album, but that song alone gave me enough knowledge to know that that album was absolutely fucking atrocious. Oh my God. To this day, they still play it. And it's just I want to rip my ears out and chew it and spit it out and then step on my own ears. I can't fucking stand that song. I was working 10-hour shifts. I'm on my feet. My feet hurt like hell. And all you're hearing, there's bright light, which I'm a little neurospicy. I like the dark, okay? Bright light on my feet hurt 10 hours straight, and all you're hearing for those 10 hours is, on this time I sit alone in my tower, and I'll beat the album power. Can you imagine? That was hell. I even turned my coworker and I was like, have you seen The Good Place? And she was like, no. And I'm like, well, The Good Place is like this show where they kind of curate a hell for you. I simplified it, it's not really about that. But I was like, if Michael were to create a hell for me, this would be it. This would literally be it. On my feet, in pain, for hours, in bright light, with terrible music playing over and over and over. This is literally my hell. It's my hell. I hated every second of it. I could not listen to that album. She got engaged. I don't care. I'm putting her in olives. Me and Taylor, we're done. All right, I have to go. Okay, one last thing before I go. is AI. AI became a thing after I graduated from university. So I already know how to write essays. I've never once in my life used AI to do homework for me, to write things for me. I don't need it. It freaks me out. Every time I see an AI video of a human, it gives me that uncanny valley feeling. It's like so close to being human, but not quite. Even their voice is off. Like, they don't have the natural tone and infliction of a human. It's very scary, very creepy. And then I hear AI is like destroying our planet, actually destroying our planet. It's taking our jobs. It's ruining the world as we know it. It's actually awful. It freaks me out. I don't like anything about it. I want no involvements with it. It's making the youth dumber because people can't do shit without AI. And now, like, even Google is including AI. Everything is AI. Everything is quick. I want it done quickly. I want it done quickly. People can't even sit with their thoughts for 5 seconds to be like, okay, let me think about this before turning to AI immediately. Oh, I have cauliflower, an egg, and some cheese in my fridge. What do I make? You could just figure it out. Or go to AI and they'll figure it out for you. No one is thinking anymore. No one's using their brain. Everything is AI. I hate it. It freaks me out. I want nothing to do with it. I will never, ever use AI. That shit freaks me out. It freaks me out. I don't like anything about it. Nothing about it. Ugh. And I'm putting that in black licorice. Because that actually is destroying our planet and destroying our lives. Destroying our lives, y'all. Please stop with the AI. It freaks me out. It really does freak me out. Alright, y'all. I'm losing my voice right on time. I have to go. I have to go to work. I don't know when I'll finish this video. But I'll be back at some point. One eternity later. It's been literally 1 full week. My ring light isn't working. Who knows if my microphone is on? At this point, I'm running this YouTube channel on hopes and dreams. Is that enough? I don't know. I really don't know. Next on the list is Love Island USA Season 7. My first time watching Love Island with everyone else. My introduction to Love Island was USA Season 6. That's the first season I've ever watched of Love Island. And I loved it. It is reality TV gold. Point blank, period. It is some of the best reality TV I've ever seen. And so going into Season 7, I was so excited. I was like, this is going to be the best. And I simply witnessed some of the worst reality TV ever because it was riddled with racism and racial slurs from the very beginning. From episode 1, Yulisa was canceled for saying the N-word in a podcast. She was kicked out by episode 2, right? Austin is a Trumpy, okay? And then you have Sierra, who was kicked out about halfway through the season for using an Asian racial slur. Okay. And after the show ended, when you think it's all over and you're free, you have Huda. Oh my god. I tried so hard to give that girl grace because she's one of mine, right? Like, am I Middle Eastern? Absolutely not. I'm not Palestinian. I'm not from Jordan. Am I even Arab? I'm not 100% sure. Okay? I'm Moroccan. I'm Amazigh. I don't know. But I still really wanted to support her. Okay? And she has really shown her ass. She is so toxic, and I knew exactly what kind of household she came from. I knew exactly what kind of household she came from. When I watched Call Her Daddy, I was like, yeah, of course this is the household she comes from. But she is an incredibly toxic and turbulent person. So Huda, if you don't know, was on live with her new boyfriend Louis, and someone called Alandria a racial slur, called her the N-word. And out of shock, Huda and Louis laughed and then hung up the call, okay? And then they put out a statement basically saying, like, we don't know what she said or we didn't hear it. And once we realized, we immediately ended the call, blah, blah, blah. And then everyone in the cast started speaking out about how they don't condone racism, da-da-da. Huda's fans were calling them out because when Sierra said a racial slur, they all seemed to support her, more specifically Shelly. But when it happened to Huda, they don't support her because they don't like Huda. I've been saying it since day one. They don't like her, and they have every right not to like her. The girl's a little crazy. I'm so sorry. I don't like calling a woman crazy, but she is. She's not okay. I'm so sorry. She's not okay. That behavior that we saw, that was not okay. It's not the worst I've seen. I learned English from Jersey Shore. The summer between 5th and 6th grade, I really wanted to learn English really bad, like really bad. And the only channels we had this tiny TV we found on the street, okay? And the only channels it had was YTV and Much Music. And on Much Music, they used to play reruns of Jersey Shore. And that's how I learned English. From watching Jersey Shore from beginning to end all day long. I was just sat in front of that TV watching Sammy, and Ronnie. Ron, Sammy, Ronnie, Sam, whatever. That was the most toxic shit I've ever seen on TV. Huda doesn't even compare to those two. But she is quite toxic, I have to say. Really, really toxic. Here's my thoughts on the live. Sure, Huda did not say the N-word, but it is her actions that allowed that to happen. From the very beginning of Love Island, season 7, and even to the end, Huda's fans have been extremely racist towards Alandria and Shelly. More specifically, Alandria. They've been absolutely awful to her, bullying her, and Huda refused to say anything about it. Even at the reunion, Alandria cried to her and said, "You couldn't even make one single statement." And Huda's response to that was, "I was getting racism too," which is true. I saw some horrific anti-Palestinian things being said to Huda and about Huda. Okay? She was getting racism as well. But she still never took the time to be like, "Hey guys, I don't, please stop, don't do this. I don't condone racism. Can you not do this?" Okay? Even after the reunion, she had all the time in the world to post about how Andy Cohen is a Zionist and he was targeting her specifically during the reunion, which I do believe. I'm sure it's true, but she has the ability to make statements. She has the ability to make posts on Instagram. She just refuses to do it when her fans are being racist and anti-black towards Alandria. Even after Alandria cried to her and asked her to do it, she still didn't do it. And so, of course, her fan felt comfortable calling her and Louis and calling Alandria the N-word. It is those exact actions that allowed that to happen. I understand Huda's fans when they say there's a bit of a double standard, because they do seem to be fine with you, Lisa and Sierra, but not Huda. That's because they hate Huda. They hate her. I've been saying this. Shelly herself can try to bend the truth all she wants of why this, why that. She does not have a real reason to hate her other than this girl's crazy and she's not a girl's girl and I don't want her around me. And that's fair. That's perfectly fair. I'm so sorry, but that's fair. I'm not going to hate on Shelly for that. I don't want that girl around me either. I don't want anyone from that cast around me, to be honest. I hate them all. I've grown to hate them. As for everyone else, Amaya and Brian broke up. I don't care. I don't know. I think Nick and Alandria are still together. And I think Shelly and Ace are still together. I don't care. I will not be watching season 8. This season was actually it took the joy out of me. It sucked the joy out of me. I will not be watching season 8 until they fix this racism issue where they specifically seem to be finding the worst people and casting them on purpose. Which is exactly why I stopped watching Love is Blind. I will not be watching any more Love Island. We had a fun, cute little 2 seasons together, but I'm done. I also don't want to go back and watch the UK version, the Australian version, the first few seasons of the US version. I don't want to go back because according to black women on the internet, they've been doing this to black women for years now. I don't want to watch it and I don't want to support it. So, season 6 was truly a fluke. It was a fluke. Shout out to Janae. She's still my favorite. That's my girl. I don't want to fucking talk about Kenny. So I'm putting Love Island season 7 in black licorice. It does. I said this before. It doesn't get any worse than racism, racial slurs, white supremacy, blah, blah, blah. Alright, let's move on. Sabrina Carpenter. Last year, she released an album called Man's Best Friend. Okay. Where she was on her hands and knees, being dragged by the hair by a man in the cover of that album. I am fully aware that sex sells. And Hollywood, the music industry, whatever you want to call it, puts women in a position where they have to be sexual to be seen. I'm so sorry, but it's just a fact. Billie Eilish and maybe even Taylor Swift are the exception. But notice how they're both white? They are not the rule, they are the exception. Everyone else has to take off their clothes and shake their ass to be seen. Even Cardi B spoke about this. When she released her album, Invasion of Privacy, She said that like all the songs that were meaningful to her, that weren't highly sexualized, they didn't chart at all. People didn't care about them. But all the songs that were about sex, they're the ones that charted. She was like, you are over here judging me for releasing WAP, but that's all you're listening to. We are just creating what y'all are listening to. And I understand that. This is the industry, and I will never ever rag on a woman for doing what she can to make it big in this industry that forces women to sexualize themselves for attention. I don't like it. I don't like it. Hello, look at me. I obviously don't like it. But I won't hit on a woman for it, right? And Sabrina Carpenter is a great talent. I love her aesthetic. I love the cute little sparkly dresses that she wears. I do like some of her music. Man's Best Friend, on the other hand, is just too much. It's gone too far. You're on your hands and knees. He's dragging you by the hair. And you're comparing yourself to a dog. You're calling yourself a bitch for a man. I'm so sorry. It's too much. It's just too much. The feminist in me will not allow me to enjoy that. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It is too much. It's too much. And I see a lot of her fans saying, well, she kills a man in every music video. Like she's a feminist, guys. No, she's not. Just because you make a whole lot of content about how much you hate men does not mean you're still not male-centered. It's still male-centered content. And I understand that's what sells. I get it. I just don't like it. It's too much. You're on your hands and knees. He's dragging you by the hair. I'm so sorry. No. I don't like it. I cannot like it. I'm so sorry. I cannot like it. And I did not listen to it. I tried to. I listened to Man-Child, which I did not like. I did not like it at all. The music video was cool. Yeah, I like her aesthetic. This like trashy white woman aesthetic she has going on. I didn't like it. And then I heard a few songs on TikTok. Didn't like any of them either. Just didn't listen to the album. I really don't like this concept that she's doing. I understand, Sabrina. I don't like it. You did not have to be on your hands and knees, being dragged, comparing yourself to a dog. You didn't have to do that. I'm so sorry. I don't like it. I'm putting it in QP Mayo because it's by far not the worst thing on this list. But it's not good either. And I do like Sabrina, but I can't. Like, I actually can't. Next on this list, we have Kiss of Life. Kiss of Life is a 4-member K-pop group that last year decided to put it plainly, put on a minstrel show for Julie's birthday. Is it minstrel? Did I say menstrual again? Minstrel. Before they even debuted, all I heard was about this member named Julie who rapped the N-word in a song even though she was from Hawaii. And a lot of people were criticizing her because they were saying, you are American, you should know better. But apparently she did not know better and said it anyways. And then they debuted and people seemed to really like them. They had good songs, they twerked really well, ? Again, I'm not a fan of this group, I don't know much about them. But for Julie's birthday, they decided to have a live where they claim they wanted to show appreciation for Black culture. They dressed like Black people and Latinos and they ate soul food. And they turned Black people into a caricature. They put on, quite plainly, a minstrel show.
Who that? 마음에 안 들어. Who that? 자꾸 우리 Julie's 얘기로 마음에. Who that? Wait, who that? Who's that? Who that? Come out.
I, a few months ago, posted on TikTok that K-pop is a very long and expensive minstrel show. And I do not take that back. I said what the fuck I said. And this is what inspired that. Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? I think they're like proper canceled now. I have not heard a single thing about them since. I have not heard a single song on my TikTok. They're canceled for me. For me, they're canceled. Meaning, I never listened to them before. I certainly won't listen to them now. Who the fuck thought that was a good idea? What the hell was that? What was that? I'm putting that in black licorice. Racism is about as worse as it gets. Speaking of Korean scandals, let's move on to Korea's breast cancer event hosted by W Korea. When I first saw a video of this, it was Namjoon of BTS and maybe a few other BTS members dancing to this song by Islet. I don't know the song, but they were dancing to it, and I was like, oh my god, they're partying. They 100% deserve it. They work hard. They just got out of the military. I wish them luck. I scrolled away. Didn't think about it. Because to me, they looked like they were partying. It was a party. Tell me why I see another video being like, K-pop celebrities being canceled in Korea for partying at a breast cancer awareness event. I said, breast cancer awareness? Where's the breast cancer awareness? Where's the breast cancer awareness? They were at a party. That was a party. They were drinking, dancing. Where's the breast cancer awareness? And then I saw another video of Giselle being so drunk that she was stumbling over it. She couldn't stand straight. I said, huh? And then I saw another video of Jay Park singing Momme and rapping inappropriate lyrics like this at a breast cancer awareness? Awareness? Where's the awareness? Apparently, the only person who ever talked about breast cancer that entire night was Wonnie is I think is her name, from Islet. That's it. The whole night was just a big party to these celebrities. And then people in Korea did even more digging and found out that in the past 10, 20 years that they've been hosting this event, they only raised about $70,000. And this whole time they've actually been lying about how much money they were raising. And on top of that, a lot of women who survived breast cancer were incredibly offended because they were pumping the celebrities full of alcohol the entire night. And one of the leading causes, apparently, of breast cancer is alcohol. Can you imagine inviting these women to this event and be like, you have breasts, you can get breast cancer. Also, here's a bunch of alcohol that can cause you this cancer. Have fun. Good luck, good luck, good luck. And you know what? We're not even going to raise money. We're not even going to raise money in case you get the cancer. We're not even going to do that. We're just going to party. Good luck. Good luck. That's insane. That is insane. That is insane. A few celebrities got praised because I think Jenny showed up, maybe donated some money and left. She's just like, I'm not doing this. But everyone else getting canceled, especially BTS. BTS is also getting canceled for being hypocrites. I don't even want to talk about it. Because they broke my heart. They broke my heart. I don't even want to talk about it. They're literally staring at me right now. Like, I am a diehard ARMY, and I don't want to talk about how much they've disappointed me last year. But anyways, I'm putting this breast cancer event in olives. Yeah, it's certainly not the worst thing to ever happen amongst Korean celebrities. Massive trigger warning, but if you want to know about the worst, look up Burning Sun. I will tag Stephanie Sue's video. Trigger warning for everything. Everything. That is the worst thing to happen among Korean celebrities. Celebrities in general. That is the worst. This one, as bad as it was, certainly not the worst I've seen. It's going in olives. Moving on. Katseye. Oh, Katseye. Katseye as a whole has had a pretty good year last year. They released Gnarly. How do I feel about Katseye? Katseye was a group that I wasn't really paying attention to until they released the documentary. I saw all of the videos that they released for Dream Academy. When Dream Academy was happening live, I saw all of that, didn't really participate, didn't vote. I was in my own world. Okay, doing my own thing. Was I in school back then? No, I don't think I was in school. Was I? I might have been in school. I don't know. Either way, I was busy. Wasn't paying attention to it. It wasn't up until they released the documentary on Netflix that I was like, oh, okay. This is a group I'm going to stan. I like these girls. I also love all the drama that came from it. In terms of Mano and Adela, there's a lot of drama that came from that. I understand both sides. Imagine you're Adela and you're showing up every day and you're top of the top. I'm talking number 1, number 2. You're good at dancing. You're good at singing. You're one of the best. And on top of that, you're one of the older girls. So you're taking care of everyone else. And you're helping everyone else train. And you're helping everyone else with their singing and the vocals. And you're popular amongst the girls. Everybody loves you. And you're like in line to debut. And then they reveal that this is actually going to be up to the public. And the public doesn't know you. The public doesn't know who you are. You don't stand out as well as some of the other popular girls. And some girls are popular not because they put in the work, but because they're pretty. I would be livid. I would be talking shit about Mano every day. Every day! Like, I understand Adela. It's incredibly frustrating. But I also understand Mano. Mano, let me tell you something about Mano. That girl, the moment they sent people to train her in Switzerland, I knew she was it. She was it. Everyone else had to fly down to train. They said, no, Mano, you're so precious. You are so important. You are so needed. We are sending people to you. And then we'll bring you when you feel like it. And so, of course, she knew she was it. She knew she was it. If I was Mano, I too would kick back, relax, go take a nap. I'm debuting anyways. You bitches can keep training. I don't care. I'm debuting anyways. I'm gonna go to my auntie's house, mansion in LA, and take a nap. Y'all have fun though. I understand both sides. I really do. So I don't think Adele's a mean girl. I don't think Mano is lazy. Also, Mano has an incredibly weak immune system. I, of all people, relate to that. I'm sick every single fucking day. I just healed from a cold, and now I'm all nasally and stuffy. I'm getting sick again. So many people complain about how she's missing, she's not doing a lot. I'm just happy she's part of a group that allows her to rest. Let the girl rest. Oh my god, like, I understand Mano and I love Mano. Matter of fact, it was Sophia and Mano just finding their members. That was Dream Academy. But since Katseye debuted, I have not liked a single one of their songs. Didn't like Debut. Touch was cute, but I didn't like it enough to add it to my playlist. Gnarly was so fun to watch. Gnarly is such a fun performance. The dances, the girls have impeccable stage presence. Their chemistry and energy on stage is so good. Gnarly is so fun to watch. I'm not putting that on. I am not putting that on and listening to it. Sis, their album, their first or mini album, whatever it's called, that was cute. Their latest mini album I did not listen to. I was like, if it's anything like Gnarly, I'm not listening to that. I'm so sorry. And then they recently released Internet Girl. Eat zucchini. What the fuck? These girls are so incredibly talented. I don't even want to talk about how they keep undressing them. Every time I see them, every time I watch these girls dance, there's cheeks everywhere. Why are they wearing underwear on stage? They're barely adults. Manon, who is the oldest, born 2002, I'm pretty sure Sophia is also. Sophia is exactly 1 day younger than my sister, which is crazy. Because my sister was born December 30th. I didn't think someone would be younger than her. But Sophia's born the 31st. Crazy. But like Sophia and Manon are the oldest. They're 23 turning 24. Okay, those two are adults. Everyone else. Lara, you wouldn't know this. Lara is like 19 years old. She's a child. And it's just like cheeks everywhere. I don't even know how old Daniela is. She's too young. I'm so sorry, too young. Those girls are undressed. Megan and Yunche are like practically minors. Yunche this whole time has been a minor. She just turned 18. Megan is like a year older than her. Some people were like, oh, during, I believe, Gabriella, there was this dance move where they were like humping the floor or something, and they hid Yunche behind Megan, and I saw some fans praising that. I'm like, oh, they hid the youngest member behind the second youngest member. Oh, good job. Like, this is, all that aside, those are some incredibly talented girls. They can sing, the vocals are okay. Lara has some good vocals, but they don't really use it. So is Sophia. They're not powerhouse vocalists. I'm not comparing them to Mariah or Ariana, but they have some good vocals. They're incredible dancers, great stage presence. None of their songs reflect that. I hate each and every single one of their songs. I hate it. Eat zucchini. Are you fucking kidding me? And that fucking baby voice, I'm not listening to that. If I played that on aux in the car, my sister would think I was having a stroke. And I know they got nominated for a Grammy, and I saw some people being like, the songs are not Grammy worthy, they're not Grammy quality, and a lot of icons were pushing against that. I agree, I'm so sorry. I hate that they're like treating us like we're stupid. Why is this the slop we're getting? Those are some incredibly talented girls. Why are you giving them these songs? Eat zucchini, what does that mean? Haven't you heard on the internet, girl, eat zucchini. Eat zucchini. What does that have to do with anything? No, I don't like it. I'm so sorry, I don't like it. Katseye as a whole, I'm putting them in QP Mayo. They're just mid right now. They're so incredibly talented, but the music doesn't reflect that. And if you keep feeding me slop, at some point I'm going to stop paying attention. I have about one more song in me before I completely give up on Katseye. So that's why they're going in QP Mayo. Speaking of Hybe, next on the list we have Cortis. Cortis is a new Hybe group that just debuted, okay? And my introduction to them was I heard their song Fashion on TikTok, and I immediately loved it, and I downloaded it. I downloaded the song. It's been so long since I put a new K-pop song on a playlist. But I put Fashion on my playlist. I really like that song. It's a good song. I listened to their whole, EP or whatever. I don't know the difference between an album and a mini album and an EP. I don't know the difference at all. Whatever. They released something called Color Outside the Lines. And I listened to it, and I thought it was really, really cute. The only song I have on my playlist is Fashion. But I really liked him. And then I looked up their ages. Hybe, why are we robbing cradles? At this point, I think Hybe lines up outside of hospitals and they chase after pregnant women. And as soon as they give birth, they sign that child. The members are 20. I think their ages are 20, 17, 17, 16, 16. What the hell is this? I felt wrong listening to them. But you know what's even worse? They're fan signs. I'll never, ever get this video out of my head. There was a fan sign, right? With minors. James is the only adult. Everyone else is a minor. And I only know James because he was part of Trainee A. R.I.P. Trainee A. I think all of Trainee A has debuted now. I think James was the last one, if I'm not mistaken. That's crazy. Anyways, they were doing a fan sign where James is the only adult. Everyone else is a child, a minor. And one adult-ass woman walks up to 17-year-old Martin, okay? She goes, I'm your Nuna, but I want to call you Oppa. I want to say Oppa. And then the 17-year-old child was like, you can call me Oppa. And then she, a grown woman, proceeded to call this child Oppa. Are you not embarrassed? I could not walk home proud of myself after that. It's not enough to die. I would have to have an alien come from another planet to take me out, take me to this planet, and I want to be alone on this planet for all of eternity to think about my actions. That is the only appropriate punishment for what the fuck that was. How are you as a grown woman? You rolled out of bed. You got ready, put on clothes, left the house, got on public transportation, entered the venue, and made the life decision that you're going to flirt with a 17-year-old boy and you're going to call him Oppa. This is the problem with debuting minors. And I have to say to that child, Martin, I believe is his name, give that boy a raise. Give that boy a raise. I hope he makes so much money from this that he never has to work a day in his life ever again. I hope all of them are set up for life, for what they have to put up with. So for that alone, Hybe stopped debuting minors, and until they fix this issue, I'm putting them in black licorice. I'm so sorry. Child endangerment. I'm putting them in black licorice. Next up on the list, we have a Netflix documentary called Unknown Number. What's the full name for it? Oh yeah, it's called Unknown Number, The High School Catfish. It's this documentary about this little girl named Lauren and her boyfriend Owen, and they one day at a Halloween party that the whole town throws because they're from a very, very small town in Beale City, Michigan. She receives a text from an anonymous number threatening her and saying some horrifically sexual things and basically saying your boyfriend doesn't love you, he doesn't want you, he wants me, some shit like that. And then 11 months go by, she never hears from this number again, and then it starts up again. She starts getting anonymous texts, and this time things they amp up. This anonymous texter is telling her every day to kill herself, telling her that her boyfriend doesn't want her. This anonymous person is texting her boyfriend Owen, being horrifically sexual towards him. I mean, it's just bad. At some point, Lauren and Owen break up because it's just too much. It's clear that this person wanted them to break up, and it keeps encouraging them to. Owen gets a new girlfriend this anonymous texter finds his girlfriend's mom, his girlfriend and her mom, and starts texting them. Like, it's clear she's targeting these two specifically. And after about 18 months of this happening every day, nonstop, this anonymous texter telling this little girl to kill herself, that she's ugly, she's not pretty, she's too skinny, repeatedly, they finally get the FBI involved, and the FBI figures out that this anonymous person has been Lauren's own mother this whole time. Her name's Kendra. Oh, we'll talk about another Kendra very soon. Kendra is in the documentary, surprisingly, and reveals to us that the reason why she has been telling her daughter, her own daughter, to take her own life for about a year and a half is because when she was 17, she was horribly assaulted, SA'd, and now that her daughter is getting closer to that age, she's starting to get scared, and so she would rather that her daughter kills herself than be SA'd. She tells her husband, Kendra, Lauren's dad, that she has a job. Apparently, she got fired, and so for 8 hours a day, she goes into her little lair. I remember the police officer, okay, asking her where the laptop is, and I think she was saying, oh, like, it's in a shed somewhere. It's in a different room. She has an A lair, and for 8 hours out of her day, the length of a shift, when her husband thinks she's at work, she's in her A lair, harassing her own daughter and her daughter's friends, an ex-boyfriend, trying to ruin her own daughter's life for 8 hours out of the day. She also, like, committed fraud or something. She fucked up her home life. She fucked up her daughter's life. She fucked up their financials. She fucked up everything. And for what? I don't know. The woman is sick. The woman is sick. The woman is sick. A few other characters in the show. I mean, everybody in that town got roped in, including poor... Owen has this cousin. Her name's Adriana. Poor Adriana. That poor baby. Adriana, if you happen to be watching this, I want you to know that I believe you. Those bitches did bully you. And they did throw carrots at you. I believe you. I knew those girls were bullies from their mascara. I knew. That is Mean Girl mascara. I said what the fuck I said. I went to school with that mascara. Okay? And speaking of the Mean Girls, Chloe. The fact that Chloe went on TikTok to give her side, because she comes from a town where people peaked. Quite literally, I'm so sorry, I hate to say this, her parents peaked in high school, and now they live in a small town where they're trying to re-experience that high school life. The fact that parents and kids are partying together at Halloween tells me everything that I need to know. Her parents gassed her up. This is the meanest thing I'm ever going to say about a minor. But they gassed her up, made her feel important in this little small town, and then she realized quickly that the big bad world does not give a shit about her, because everyone on TikTok was destroying this little girl. Nobody likes her because she's a bully and a mean girl, and so are her parents. And little girl, listen, Chloe, if you don't get yourself out of there, that's your future. Your mean girl parents, your bully parents, that's your future right there. Apparently, Chloe's mom for Halloween, like, dressed up as a scarecrow and had, like, phones attached to her fingers, and she's supposed to be Kendra, the scarecrow who's haunting everyone. This little girl, Lauren, was targeted by her mom and bullied. Can you, like, not? Can you just not? Can you be decent people for fucking once in your life? This small town is literally my nightmare. As people who peaked in high school, or people like Kendra who might have had a horrible high school experience and are trying to ruin it for others. But literally, this small town of Beale, Michigan is stuck in high school. This documentary was so fascinating and so interesting, but I think it watered down how truly terrible Kendra's actions are just to have her in the documentary. And the poor baby Lauren. When they told Lauren what her mom did, the fact that they allowed her mom to be with her and to hug her pissed me off. Arrest that woman right away. The fact that they didn't even arrest her, it was her own husband who had to step in and be like, get the fuck out of the house. Get out, I don't want to see you. Why didn't you arrest her? She's been bullying, harassing, telling her to kill herself for years. What the fuck are you doing? Or for a year and a half. She was sexually harassing Owen. Point blank period. She's a grown woman obsessed with him. Apparently, even after they broke up, she kept showing up to his games. I'm so sorry. I know he looks like a young Tom Holland, but like, damn. She was sexually harassing that boy. Targeting every single girlfriend he's ever had. The poor kid. And the fact that she didn't even she didn't go to prison for any sexual crimes is insane to me. She went to prison for the length of time that she was harassing her own daughter. But now her daughter, I think she went to prison for 16 months? 18 months? Something like that. A year and some change. Her daughter now has long-lasting trauma that she has to live with for the rest of her life. That right there is lifelong punishment. And the poor girl didn't even do anything to deserve that. Her own daughter is going to be punished for a lot longer than Kendra. And the fact that, like, that little girl is left with nothing. Her mother ruined her life. She has shamed her. That whole town, riddled with bullies and mean girls and people who peaked in high school, are looking at Lauren like she's the freak, even though she did nothing to deserve this. That woman ruined her own daughter's life, and all she got out of it is fame and notoriety? What's the word? Notoriety? Fuck me. I hate this. You can hear that English is not my first language. Notoriety. This woman ruined her daughter's life, and all she got from it was a 1.5 year prison sentence, fame, notoriety. And her daughter is still in her life because that poor baby is in so much shock and she hasn't processed any of what happened that she still wants her mom in her life. It's so sad. It's so sad. But so entertaining. I'm sorry. I already talked about this before in my Love Island videos. I am of the capital, you know? If all reality TV is the Hunger Games, I'm of the capital. Financially, I'm like District 9. You know what I mean? Like, I'm District 11. This is awful. I enjoyed it. One of these days, I'm gonna get my ass canceled so hard. I'm just trying to be honest, guys. I'm putting this as a documentary. Not as the story itself. As the documentary. I'm putting it in QP Mayo, okay? No. Hear me out. It wasn't a very good documentary. I think they missed out on a lot of stuff. I think Stephanie Sue's own video was better than that. So I'll put Stephanie Sue's video in the comment section. I think they didn't include a lot of stuff because they wanted Kendra to be involved in the documentary. The fact that they tried to explain it with cyber Munchausen's, that is the best light they can paint her in. When in reality, she's a sick, sadistic pervert and pedophile. That's what that woman is. And so for that reason, I'm putting it in QP Mayo. I wish Kendra wasn't included because it's not like she enlightened me. It's not like she gave me a different perspective on it. If anything, she made it worse. If she wasn't included, they could have shown her for what she really is. And that's why it's going in QP Mayo. Speaking of Kendra, there's a white woman on TikTok who fell in love with her therapist and then proceeded to make multiple parts on TikTok about how this whole time her therapist was seducing her and like grooming her, or not even therapist, I believe it was psychiatrist. Oh, I'll get to that. Was like grooming her and basically tricking her into falling in love with him as a part of his like dark scheme or whatever. And the more details she revealed, the more you realize he was her psychiatrist. She was seeing him like once a month for 15 minutes at a time. Okay? And the poor psychiatrist was a Muslim man. I know that. Listen, I might be stereotyping, but can you imagine your parents bring you to this country, okay, and they put a lot of pressure on you. Become a doctor, a lawyer, or an engineer. So you go to med school, you get your degree, you become a psychiatrist, okay? You do it all right. And here comes this white woman doxing you online, revealing information about you, lying on your name. Honestly, she wasn't even lying. That's the crazy part. The girl was so crazy and so delusional. She was speaking the truth. She couldn't even twist it. Listen, she would be like, I walked into his office and he said, "Good morning, how are you?" Why does he want to know how I am? Why did he ask me those specific words? And I said, "I'm good, how are you?" And he replied, "I'm good." Why does he want me to know that information? Why does he want me to know that he's good unless he wants me to fall in love with him. He wants me to know that he's good because I'm in his presence. That's what she was doing. That's what she was doing. She was honestly speaking the truth. But in her mind, she was twisting it in ways. She was doing backflips to try to prove that this man was seducing her, forcing her to fall in love with him. She was obsessed with her psychiatrist who did nothing. Nothing. He kept it professional 100%. And she twisted it. Mental gymnastics, yo. It is the craziest shit I've ever seen. She even in her own TikToks was like, he told me he liked my turtle shell glasses, so I wear them in case he's watching. Oh my god. Oh my god. Crazy white woman named Kendra. 2025 was not the year for you. If you want to hear more this story in more detail, I believe Stephanie Soo and Kennie JD made a video, so I will link it in the description box, okay? A lot of stuff is being linked, guys. Go check it out, okay? But in terms of Kendra being in love with her psychiatrist, I'm putting her in olives. Because, oh my god. Insane. But highly entertaining. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But it is insane. It is absolutely insane. Alright, moving on to Mamdani. Mamdani, that's my mayor. That's my mayor. I've never been to New York. Never been to the United States of America. I am Canadian, but that's my mayor. A Muslim man elected as mayor in New York, of all places. Never thought I'd see the day. And he's actually doing well. Did y'all see a video of him, like, screaming? I think in the face of, like, ICE agents. That's my mayor. Fuck ICE, by the way. Fuck ICE. That is my mayor. I really hope he keeps his promises and does everything right, because I have a lot of hope for him. He's so charming that Donald Trump was in office on his back, giggling, kicking his feet like a little girl. He had that man giggling. He called him a fascist to his face. And Trump was like, I am a fascist. I am. That is the power of Mamdani. I love that man. He's going straight in potatoes. I have hope now. Because of this man. Alright, moving on to something a little silly, but I love it so much. The funeral stud. By the end of 2025, this stud was performing at a funeral, and she went viral. Because apparently people thought it was ridiculous. They turned it into a meme. The 1, 2, 3, release him. But I thought she was good. I thought the song was good. From the moment I heard it, I was like, I thought she was doing a cover. I didn't know it was her own song. I really liked the song. But people were making fun of it. I'm like, stop it. It's so good. And the lyrics are so beautiful. They're so deep. And then you find out that, like, I believe she lost her mom or her brother or something. And I was just like, it broke my heart. But in the best way, like, it was actually a really good song. And then she recorded in the studio and filmed a music video for it, and finally everyone was like, wait, the song is good. I told y'all it was good. I knew it was good from the very beginning. I knew it was good from the moment I heard it. I love that song. I'm rooting for the funeral stud. I hope she has a successful music career. I am rooting for her. I'm gonna keep up with her, okay? Because I, honest to God, really love that song. I wish that I ever had a phone to call you up, have a conversation about problems getting tough. I'm sorry. It's so good. The funeral stud is going immediately into potatoes. One of the best things to happen in 2025. Alright, the final piece of K-pop media that we're going to talk about is All Day Project. YG, or is it the Black Label? One of them debuted a new group, a hybrid group, boy and girl, mixed group, called All Day Project. There's a comment I saw on YouTube that perfectly encapsulates how I feel about All Day Project. And this person said, Yeonseo carries the vocals, Bailey carries the dance, Woo-chan carries the rap, and the other two carry problems. And that's exactly what's wrong with All Day Project. You have Tarzan, another K-pop idol, who's putting on blackness as like some sort of costume, making a mockery out of it and turning it into a caricature. And then you have Annie. Has she done anything wrong? No, but she is. Nepo Baby doesn't even begin to cover it. She's a chaebol. If you don't know what a chaebol is, they run all of Korea. They run all of Korea. Using the term Nepo baby actually reduces the significance of how powerful her family is. If Annie said, I want to be an idol, it's gonna happen like that. They recently won a daesang. Daesang is like one of the most important awards you can get in Korean entertainment. And they got it after only having been a group for 5 months.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn.
That's unheard of. That's unheard of. And of course it only happens to the group that has a chaebol in it. Of course. All of their success going forward will be reduced to, oh, Annie made it happen. The music is not that great. Annie, I'm so sorry. Is not the greatest dancer. The vocals are not that great. Even the rap is not that great, if I'm being honest with you. They're like just a mid group. And if it was any other company, they would not be... They have that big three privilege. I don't think they would be that huge. But because they have the big three privilege, and there's a chaebol among them, of course they're successful. Like of course. If I were Annie, and I can get anything I want, I would create a group where everyone is so fucking awful, I'm forced to be the best person in the group. I certainly would not want to be in the same group as Bailey Sok. That girl has been dancing since I was a child. And she's younger than me. I don't even know how that's possible. She has choreographed dances for so many K-pop groups. She is a once-in-a-generation talent. The girl's incredible. And I certainly would not want to be in the same group as her, being compared to her. I really wouldn't do that. I'm putting them in olives. In conclusion, I'm putting them in olives. And the final thing I want to talk about that came out in 2025 was Heated Rivalry. I will make a video on Heated Rivalry, but to give you like my quick thoughts on it. Is it the best romance show I've ever seen? Maybe, if they don't ruin it. Because so far, Bridgerton was at number 1, but season 3 was so fucking atrocious. It was so bad that they might have ruined it a little bit. But so far, Heated Rivalry is up there. I loved it so much. Episodes 1 and 2, didn't really care for them. I loved episode 3. I love Scott and Kip. Love Scott and Kip. Episode 4 was cute. 5 and 6, cinema. Love 5 and 6. Love 5 and 6. Matter of fact, I permanently live at the cottage. Love the cottage. I absolutely love the cottage. Love the cottage. I love Heated Rivalry. And for that reason, it's going straight to the top at potatoes. And that is everything. That is my ranking of some of the 2025 pop culture moments. I'm tired. Oh my god, I'm tired from talking. My face hurts from talking. That's never happened before. Usually, that's because my wisdom teeth are coming in and I refuse to go to the dentist because I don't have health insurance and they're going to make me pay with an arm and a leg. And as I've already established before, I'm from District 11. I have no money. So, I don't know how I'm going to be able to afford that. That's why my mouth hurts. My whole mouth hurts. And I've also lost my voice, of course. And I'm sure I'm going to be sick tomorrow because that's what happens. And my ring light is gone. I need a new one. And that's everything. That is everything. I hope 2026 treats me well and treats me better. Thank you so much for all of the love you've shown me last year. I cannot believe that last year was like the year where I was like, wait, this can actually happen. I've been on social media for 5 years and nothing has really happened, you know? No one's watching my shit. No one's paying attention to me. And I'm like, that's okay. I'm shouting into the void, but that's okay because I do love doing this. But in 2025, I was like building a bit of an audience and I was like, wait a minute. Like, this might actually happen. This might happen. So I have hope. I'm hopeful going into 2026. And so thank you so much to everyone who has subscribed, to everyone who watches me, this fucking mess of a channel. I appreciate it, and I hope 2026 treats us well. I'm gonna go because my face hurts and my jaw really, really hurts. But I will see you in the next one. Mwah! I'm gonna go back to the cottage, guys. Bye.